Hello, hello, hello. We're back on the Find Your Alpha podcast. I'm your host, Bookie. These are the conversations that we have with creatives across the continent, talking about their love for creativity, their love for making magic, their alpha moments, perhaps, maybe, and what makes them alpha. And I've got with me on the set today, Awad.
Yes, ma'am.
He is a filmmaker, he's a content creator, but he's a filmmaker, and of course, he is a lover of Sony cameras because he owns quite a few himself. But you know what? I'm going to let him say what he does, what he loves, and then we'll get into the conversation. So, Awad, thank you for joining me on Find Your Alpha.
Thank you so much. Now, the first thing I'm going to say is the power. I'm going to talk about the power of cameras. Because as a filmmaker, you need your medium. You need your medium to capture. Now, what I like about Sony, I always say the same thing. I tell everybody, Sony has this ability, a low light ability. You know, it's mirrorless. And sometimes when you're on set, if you do not have the lights, you do not have, your production level is not that high, Sony can still give you a picture that another camera would struggle to give you.
Yes.
So let's say I take another, let me not name any other brand for, but I take another camera of another brand. Let's say I don't have my correct three-point lighting setup. I don't have my normal three-key point lighting setup.
Yes.
You will just see that darkness has come. Sony, low lights, beautiful, mirrorless, amazing, small lights. So whenever I have anything with events, and on top of that, I always tell people, the Sony cameras, you see, this small DSLR camera has more uses than you can imagine.
Yes.
I will even say it I use a Sony A7S Mark III to shoot a TV show for DSTV.
Oh,
So
wow.
I'm even using a DSLR to
Yes.
shoot for DSTV. I make sure I shoot it, of course, in 4K. I make sure my lighting
Is correct.
is proper, of course, because this one is for TV. But just to show you that you start with something small as a DSLR,
Your output is so much more bigger than the equipment that you're using.
I promise you, I have a friend of mine abroad. He used his A7S Mark II to shoot a feature film. Can you believe it?
So I mean, I've talked to filmmakers for years, and they always talk about. There's one filmmaker. I mean, she's progressed now, but when she started filming, she used to use the 6400s to shoot feature films that would even go to cinema.
Can you imagine?
So, I mean, like I tell people when we have conversations and they say, oh, Sony is expensive. I'm like, you're making an investment, and expensive is relative.
Of course.
What is expensive to you is an investment for your future,
100%.
and you can continue to use it. Now, one thing I love about Sony cameras is also the fact that it's one mount.
Exactly.
It's one
The E-mounts,
mount,
yes.
one E-mount, and all the lenses that Sony has can fit in any
Any of-
camera that they have.
Exactly.
So let's talk a little bit about, so you said you use the A7S III, you talked about the low light capability. Do you have G-Master lenses?
Yeah, right now, actually, I'm actually using prime lenses with an adapter right now. I won't lie. It's
Okay.
they're not, what is my main set of lenses? So very, very expensive Cine lenses, prime lenses, but they're not G-Master lenses.
Okay, that's
And
all right.
I'm using an adapter, so it's not even an E-mount. But of course, I also have a few G-Master lenses.
Okay.
Which I use when I'm doing events.
Okay.
Because
okay.
you want something that I have some zoom lenses as well.
Okay, so something that is quick and versatile, and you can easily zoom in, zoom out.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
When I do documentaries as well. As a matter of fact, a few weeks ago, I went to Abiyakuta. I went to go and film killer bees. You are going inside the bush. You are going to go and film bees. These guys can attack you at any second. You need to be able to jackpot immediately. So that's why. Listen, DSLR. As long as I have the Sony DSLR on my neck,
On your neck.
I know that I can capture anything that's happening at any time and move. It is my favorite camera. It is my favorite. You caught me perfectly as you are walking here. You saw me. I'm a huge fan of Sony. I've been using Sony. My team knows. I've been using Sony since I was 12 years old.
Wow.
Yes. I have the old Sony one that opens like this. They know. I have it right now. It's on top of inside my office. I have it as like
like your overhead. Yeah.
That old Sony camera.
Easy content creation, easy to capture anything.
And the moment you guys came out with the mirrorless, you broke the market.
So tell me what you love about filmmaking. Tell me what aspect of filmmaking really, really gets you. And when did you even start? Let's say.
Okay, so I studied filmmaking abroad. I traveled abroad. I went to Lebanon in the Middle East. I went and I studied filmmaking, and I stayed over there for a while. what I did is I took any position somebody, a human being, would give me on set, because I have a huge love for film, and I believe movie making is the number one art. Painting, sculpting, set design, makeup, all those are different types of arts.
Yeah.
But tell me which art combines every
everything
single type of art.
and showcases every single thing.
Thank you very much. Filmmaking is the only art that incorporates every single thing. Somebody will tell me, oh, but what does colors or what does painting have to do with movie making? I say, listen, if you see my set designer, if he comes and we do a set, if he doesn't explain to me why every single color on set has a meaning. If it's red, it's because I want to show the power of the character. If it's blue, because every single color, every single sound, every single frame in movie making is the highest quality of art making. Everything comes together, as well. Of course, sound, music. When I'm doing a movie, I need to go to my band. They come up with a song for my movie. As a matter of fact, right now I'm working on my first feature film to be released here in the Nigerian market. In the cinemas. Actually, I have a good deal with the cinemas, so I'm not going to mention the deal yet.
That's okay. That's all right. Make sure we get some tickets to come and watch.
Most definitely. But filmmaking, honestly, if I want to talk about filmmaking, me and you, madam, here, we can sit down here for the next 4 or 5 hours.
It feels like we can just keep going on and on and on.
Nothing, man, really, it's a passion of mine. When I dream, I see myself making films when I'm sleeping. I'm telling you, that's how much I love films.
So let me ask you about this. The interaction between culture and the art of filmmaking. How important is it for you to fuse those two together?
The first movie I'm going to shoot, for example, it's going to definitely be done. There are local talents. Everybody that have been filmed. I will even say it. There are a few guys. Oyibo Rebel is one of them. Oyibo Rebel, I'm a manager of Oyibo Rebel.
I know Oyibo Rebel.
I'm his personal manager. Everything that you have seen him put out, it was me that handled it at the back end. We work together. We have a team of guys. Any of the skits you have been seeing him do with Officer Woos, with Little Start, with Brother Shaggy, with Josh Too Funny, all these guys. Listen, I used to know these guys 5 or 6 years ago when they used to say, I'm in the mainland, I'm in GRA, come and meet me on Isaac John, let us go and shoot something, I'm running. I will go and carry the Sony camera, by the way, and go and help those guys shoot. And now look at where they have become. And those guys are all going to be involved actually in my film.
That's awesome.
My film is going to have more than 16 or 17 influencers. All of it in the movie. It's a huge cast. And I need to make sure always that anything that you're creating for Nigeria is for Nigerian audiences. Am I creating something for myself to watch? No, I'm creating something for my fellow Nigerians to say,
that makes sense. I resonate with
Baba,
that.
I watch your movie, man. They think, oh boy, you understand?
I do. So final question. At the start, you mentioned how as a filmmaker, the tools you use are important.
Very.
And I think maybe the final question I will ask is, how pivotal has the Sony cameras that you've used been in your journey as a filmmaker? How pivotal?
Listen, I cannot overstate how important the Sony has been on my rise to where I started and where I am right now as a filmmaker. Because honestly, the truth is I bought one Sony camera and I started just like everybody. Let me tell you the truth. I didn't have any backing. I used to play a musician. I played music. I gathered money. I used that money to buy my first Sony camera. That's first Sony camera. I started going to events. I'm talking about 15 years ago. I used to go to events. A band would be playing. I'll be the only guy in the whole event carrying my Sony camera filming. Event after event, I'm saving money. I got an extra lens, event after event. So, madam, it's not just like...
It's not, no, it's not.
It took me some time. I bought my first Sony camera. Before I knew it, I had my second one, third one. You have to start somewhere.
Yes.
And getting your hands on a camera like a Sony is a good base. It teaches you a lot about camera. And at the same time, you know that you have something that of value in your hand. You can carry your camera, go anywhere, go and film, take pictures, take videos, and tell clients, I have an eye. Believe in me.
Yes,
you start
a
bit low. This is normal. Let me tell everybody in Nigeria who want to become a filmmaker, you start with your price a bit low. It's normal. You hustle. You say, please, sir, I want to be a gaffer. Please, sir, let me be the guy who helps you with a tripod. You won't believe it. As you see me right now, people might be saying, your audience, oh, look at this big man or Igbo man they don't bring for us. It's a lie. I started as a guy who used to help somebody to balance his tripod. I promise you, my first job was balancing human beings' tripod. Everything is a start and a step.
Yes.
Before you know it, hard work, a vision, And of course, your camera inside hand, because you can't do anything without camera inside your hand. You know, you never know where you can reach. Maybe you can reach where I've reached.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Guy.
Madam Buki,
Thank
it
you
was a
so
pleasure.
much. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you
Madam
so
Buki.
much. Look, I think I don't even need to ask him if he's alpha. I think he has just demonstrated that he is alpha. Thank you so
Alpha
much
at the
for
top.
joining us. Alpha at the top. That's
Thank
it.
you very much,
All
Madam
right.
Miss. I
See you on
appreciate
the
it.
next episode. Thank you.
Thank you.